As an older beginner, do you find that stiff fingers and stiff guitar hands are making learning guitar a battle? Now, it's a common frustration and I totally understand. So that's why I put together these 7 easy finger fixes you can do before you even play a note. And that's gonna, I hope, wake up those hands and make learning guitar easier and more comfortable for you. So let's get started and get those fingers moving, shall we? So start with your hands relaxed and slowly make a fist, like you're holding a delicate flower. And then gently, and I mean this gently, open your fingers wide. And I want you to think of this as a waking up of your hands, to get the blood flowing and start to loosen things up. And it's just like a gentle stretch for any part of your body before you move it, to do some exercise. So hold one hand out, okay, palm up. Now gently, again that word gently, bend all your fingers towards your palm. Then slowly straighten them all out, giving them a little gentle stretch. And then of course you can repeat that with the other hand. So your hand out like this, just put your fingers back towards your palm and then slowly straighten them out again, giving that lovely gentle stretch. And I think, this helps to increase the range of motion in your fingers and making them more flexible, making them less stiff when you need to reach for those notes on the guitar fretboard, especially if you're playing a chord where you have to really stretch. For example, that G major chord. That's a real stretch of a chord, isn't it? Now, one that I really like is this one here. So again, just hold your forearms out like this. Relax your hands, and just gently rotate your wrists. Little circles like this. And if you're like me, you might hear the odd clicking sound start now. So do it one way and then do it the other way. And we're doing this here. This because your wrists play a big part in how your fingers move on the guitar and around the fretboard. So loosening up your wrists can make your whole hand feel a bit more fluid. If you just started your guitar journey, I do private tuition on a platform called Till. Why don't you check out the description down below for more info. So now place your hand flat on the table, palm down, and lift each finger up one at a time, like they're taking little steps straight up and straight down. And you're going to do this obviously with both hands like so. And this is a great little exercise. This helps each finger to move on its own, which is important for playing chords and melodies. But it's also good for your finger independence because, sometimes you're playing fingerstyle. So your finger picking hand is doing one thing and your chord playing hand is doing another. So this is a great way of practicing getting your individual finger control going. Now there's a technique called spider walks. Maybe you've heard of it. And this is the tabletop simulating version of it. So I want you to imagine that your guitar is lying flat on your table, right? Now place your fingertips on the surface and gently move them sideways, one after another, just like so. Do it with both hands. And try to keep your hand relatively still and focus on each finger taking a small step to the side. And this gets your fingers used to the sideways movements they'll need to make along the frets of the guitar. And it helps to build the feeling of moving from one note to the next before you're actually holding the guitar and pressing down the strings. If you're getting value out of this, why not hit the like and subscribe button and help this video spread to other beginner guitarists. So hold your hand out like this, palm out like that. Now gently spread your fingers as wide as is comfortable. Remember our key word is gently. And just do that. Hold for a moment, then relax. Do it again. Hold for a moment, then relax. And this is a great activity because you're stretching the muscles in between the fingers just here. All right, and this, because you can get pretty tight here when you're playing chords, and that tightness is going to contribute to being demotivated and feeling like you can't play. So doing this is going to really help. You know, there are some chords, that G major chord, it's got a big stretch right across the fretboard, so this will help make life easier. Another one I really like are these thumb stretches. So gently, you take your hand like this and just stretch your thumb away from your palm. Okay, just like this, stretching them away, or you could do circles as well. Rotate them, and rotate in the other direction as well. And I think this is great. I particularly like this one here. And I think this is really good because, you know, your thumb, you use your thumb a lot when you're playing guitar, and giving it some gentle movements is going to help it stay flexible, it's going to help it stay strong, okay, like so. Because, you know, you grip the guitar neck with this, sometimes you're holding, when you're holding a chord, you've got your thumb around in order to dampen some strings, so keeping your thumbs flexible, keeping them strong, this is a good little exercise to do. I like this one. With all these short exercises, you want to aim to spend between 1 and 2 minutes before you start playing. Okay, now I know what you might be thinking. Almost 50 minutes of warm-up exercises before I even actually start strumming. And yeah, I totally understand, you know, that eagerness to pick up your guitar and play. But think of this routine for stiff fingers as an investment in your long-term enjoyment and progress. You know, just like warming up before any other activity, these gentle movements prepare your hands to be more flexible, more responsive, and less prone to stiffness, to discomfort, you know, as you play. And so by taking this short time up front, you're actually making your practice sessions more productive and much more comfortable in the long run, especially as an older guitar player. So take these few minutes together and you'll feel the difference when you start playing. So okay, when you're doing this, be gentle. These activities, these very short exercises should never hurt. Remember, slow and easy movements are the best. Do this regularly, really. Aim to do these for around 5 to 15 minutes before each time you sit down to play, to help prepare your hands. Don't overdo it, especially when you're starting out. And listen to your body. If something feels off, stop. Just a quick reminder, don't forget I do private tuition on Till, check the link down below. And now that you've warmed up, why don't you work on getting that G major chord sounding right? Check this video out here. Thanks so much for joining me today. Happy strumming.